Hey everyone, Real Estate Greatness here with McLean Real Estate Group with the lead conversion tip number 3 actually. And if you haven't seen the last 2, please check them out. Today's lead conversion tips about lead follow-up, and not necessarily categories. I think that's another topic altogether. Just training one of our buyer specialists on lead follow-up, and they have the fortunate beginning to start from scratch. They're very fortunate to start from scratch and be able to set up their follow-up system from day one the right way and stay true to it, stay consistent with it for their whole career. I mean, imagine the people that are listening to this thinking, and I hate myself every day for not keeping track of all my activities throughout my whole career, especially everyone I've ever met. Everyone I've ever met, compared to all the people I've not met, but keeping track of everyone I've met in person, showed homes to, seen their homes, walked through their toured their homes, seen them at networking events, bumped into them, sphere of influence, people I know, people that I know that know somebody, all those people that know me, that have met me, that have done business with me. I wish I would have kept track of them. And there was a stretch in my career where I didn't, and it was probably the first 5-6 years. And ever since then, I've been kicking myself because those are all the people I could be selling homes to. And I think about them because I can see their face. I can see their face because I have this ability to recognize faces but not names. And I remember the exact home they're looking for, the exact type of home, the exact area they're looking for. Or if they're a seller, I remember their home. I don't necessarily remember their name, but I remember their face and their home. So tip number 1 on lead follow-up, a lead follow-up process, is to keep track of, let's keep it simple, binary, 0 or 1. Start with keeping track of all the people you've met, all the people you've ever met in real estate. And we've used every CRM under the planet. We use Top Producer. At Savato, we have some technology that we use to keep track of all the people we've met. And I've used a Google form. Right now, at our company, we use a form where we input every appointment we go on. Every single appointment that we go on, we input and we track. Because one of the most impressive things in the world in real estate is to tell the truth and do what you say you're going to do. And in follow-up, we say we're going to do a lot. Like, I'll call you back in a month. I'll call you back in 6 months. I'll call you next year. And we don't. But the most impressive thing is when you actually do it. I remember one of my probably top 10 clients of all time to this day. Now they're really dear friends. I remember winning their business because I went to their house to list their home. They weren't ready to list. They said, call me in April. I said, great, I'll call you on April 2nd. I won't call you on April 1st because then it'll be April Fool's Day joke, but I'll call you April 2nd. And I remember putting it in my calendar for a reminder, and I called her on April 2nd. And I was competing against 3 or 4 different brokers, and they said they went with me because they remembered, I said I was going to call on April 2nd. I called them that morning. And so I guess there's more than one tip in this. Number 1, keep track of your Mets. All the people you've talked to, all the people you've met. It's going to be a gold mine in your business long term. So lead conversion tip number 1, keep track of your Mets, keep track of all your appointments. And if you have any questions about what information we keep, we track, what we input on our appointment, not just name and number and email, but everything we ask when it comes to a buyer or seller on an appointment, leave your email below on the comments. I'll send you out our criteria that we track, that we input, and how we follow up with them in the future. So lead conversion tip number 3 in the books, Real Estate Greatness. Go out there and make your career great.